My name is Cotswold McNamee, and I am fed up. And today, we're going to talk about, once again, how people are not cooperating when it comes to the stay-at-home orders and mask orders and all of the other orders out there that Governor Inslee is placing on the people of Washington so we can eliminate this virus once and for all and get back to normal and people can stop dying. Gosh, I'm fed up most days I come on the air, but today I am really fed up. Anyway, today we have a special guest. We have Jesse Wamsutter on, who is the host of their own show right here on Public Radio Seattle, and that is the She-Man White Ring Haters Club every weekend, Saturdays and Sundays right here on Public Radio Seattle. Jesse, how are you doing on this Sunday afternoon?
Well, I'm doing pretty good today, if you ask me. Like I said, I share your frustrations with all of this. I'm tired, just like you, of people thinking they are above the law and above the rules and putting people's lives at risk just so they can be selfish. And let's be real, they're doing it because they hate Governor Inslee, they hate Democrats, they love Trump, and they feel that this virus is killing Republican chances politically, so they want to disobey just so they can sacrifice people's lives at the altar of the economy. That is what this is all about. They care more about the economy and the stock market and President Trump's approval ratings rather than people's lives. This virus is very, very serious, okay? I don't know how anyone at this point could continue to have their head in the sand about this virus. People are dying nationwide, coast to coast. People are dying. People are suffering. This virus is very real. It is a major killer, and hospitals nationwide are slammed and past capacity. We have nurses and first responders out there fighting on the front lines of this virus, overexerting themselves, working themselves to the brink, and perhaps past the point of exhaustion to fight this virus, to keep even more people from dying. It is a very serious virus, and yet people do not get it. I do not get how people do not get the seriousness of this virus. And until people start listening and participating in the necessary measures that are needed to defeat this virus once and for all and reduce our cases to zero, things are not going to go back to the normal that they want. They are hurting themselves. If they want the economy open so much and things to get back to normal, then they need to participate in the measures needed to destroy this virus. Otherwise, it's just going to drag out the process longer.
Yeah, I completely agree. You're absolutely right, Jesse. And it's like a teacher at recess who says, we're not going to start recess until you all are quiet. And yet the kids in the classroom continue to talk, and the teacher says, okay, we're not going to go to recess until you're quiet. And yet the kids won't stop talking. That's exactly what this is. Too many people are disobeying the rules. They're not wearing masks. They're not participating in social distancing. They're leaving the house when they should not leave. They are hurting themselves if they want to get back to normal.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Cotswold, and really it's a matter of, are the teeth of our law enforcement strong enough? Are they sharp enough? Because obviously people are disobeying these orders and these guidelines and thumbing their nose at the governor's emergency powers and emergency declarations, and it seems like they don't fear repercussion. So, in my opinion, in order to get people to start actually respecting these rules, we're going to have to up the ante when it comes to actually enforcing these laws and the penalties and punishments for not following along.
Well, you just transitioned to the point I was about to make, because in my opinion, you're right. Nobody fears. $1,000 fine for a lot of people, it's a lot of money, but some people are willing to become martyrs because it's $1,000. It's a lot of money, but it's not going to cripple you. I think, in my opinion, instead of fining people, we instead need to start charging people with attempted manslaughter at minimum. If you're going to go out and not wear a mask and not obey social distancing and leave the house and go to these protests and everything else that's not essential, you are putting people's lives at risk. You are putting millions of people's lives at risk with your selfishness. And in my opinion, after all the science that's out there and all the deaths that have happened because of this virus, attempted manslaughter minimum. I think personally it should be attempted murder, attempted mass murder, not attempted manslaughter, but just maybe a compromise in there to get more lawmakers to go along. Attempted manslaughter, in my opinion, is what is necessary to get people to start obeying the rules. Attempted manslaughter. You want to disobey the rules? You want to go out not wearing a mask? You want to participate in a protest to reopen the economy? You want to participate in something that's not essential? Well, you're going to get slapped with a felony attempted manslaughter charge. Good luck with that. A lot of years in prison for that. Do you want to spend a lot of years in prison just so you can disobey the rules? Well, I think that's a lot different than facing a $1,000 fine or whatever.
Well, not just attempted manslaughter, not just attempted murder, but I think we need to set an example as well for these business owners that want to protest. You want to protest? You lose your business license. A lot of these people who are protesting are business owners who are selfish, who are putting their business ahead of people's lives. Well, if you want to keep your business license and continue to operate your business in the state of Washington, well, you're not going to do these things. You're not going to protest. You're going to wear a mask. You're going to participate in social distancing. Otherwise, no more business for you. I don't care if you spent 30 years of your life building up your business to where it is today. If you want to not play by Washington rules, then Washington is not going to play with you when it comes to letting you have a business.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just common sense at this point. Lives are at stake. Lives are at stake. Hospitals are slammed to the brink, and if people continue to be selfish, the hospitals are going to be overrun, and even more people are going to die from this virus that already have. So we need to start getting serious. The time for playing is over. Start getting tougher with these enforcements and punishments.
And if I just want to add something else, I think this is a very trying time for trans people like me. I'm transgender, and the problem is that all the transgender clinics and help services out there are shut down as well. So as long as these things stay shut down in limited capacity and not under normal operation, trans people like me are suffering. Think of all the trans people out there in King County, in the state of Washington, nationwide, who are suffering right now because they cannot get the help and resources they need. And to be honest with you, the people who keep protesting and disobeying the rules that are just making this last longer and keeping us from eliminating this virus, blood is on their hands, not just from the people dying of coronavirus, but blood is on their hands from the suffering and persecution of trans people and LGBTQIA+ people all over, not just Seattle, not just King County, not just the state of Washington, not just the United States, but the entire world. So if you're going to continue to thumb your nose at these rules, you are continuing to persecute us.
You know, just listening to that right there, Jesse, it made me want to tear up almost, because while I'm not an LGBTQIA person myself, LGBTQIA plus people, I apologize to those of you out there who identify as HIV positive, but even though I do not identify as one myself, I am a major ally, and it pains me. I want to curl up in a ball and cry when I hear about LGBTQIA plus people out there who are suffering. That is just one of the worst things you can imagine. It's right up there, you know, if somebody talks about how they want to slaughter puppies or something, this is just as bad. So I completely sympathize with you, and it just makes me more and more upset at these stupid right-wingers out there. I hate right-wingers. I hate conservatives. I hate Republicans. And this pisses me off. You're causing too much suffering. Blood is on your hands. From the moment this virus has started, Republicans are responsible for all the carnage and death toll here. If only we had progressive Democrats in office that actually knew how to handle these things, this all wouldn't have happened. This is all on you. Well, Jesse, I'm sorry for that outburst right there. I want to thank you for having you on. I'll be listening to your show later. Again, Jesse Wamsutter, right here on Public Radio Seattle, Saturdays and Sundays, She-Man Right-Wing Haters Club. Listen to their show. It's a very good show.
Well, yeah, thank you for having me on, Cotswold, and I share your passion. I really do, and hopefully together we can all get through this, but As long as stupid, uneducated Republicans and conservatives out there want to continue to think they're above the law, we're not going to fix anything. But again, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime, Jesse, anytime. Well, that wraps up this segment. We'll be right back right here on Cotswold McNamee is Fed Up, Public Radio Seattle.